Well, I think the only thing I want to say about the spoilers is I was not expecting there to be multiple Shazams. And when it happened, I was like, makes sense. And it was really cool. And it had me wondering how that's going to play out. 2 stingers, so stay till the very end. The mid-credit, there's like a little bug that's talking to our villain who, I'm not familiar with the Shazam comic book, but I'm sure they're both represented in the comic book. It played for an interesting thing that you look at. Will I see the sequel? Probably. Probably. Not 100%. It's hard because when they're little kids, they treat them like little kids rather than like adults that are just small. And most of the little kids are adults that are small. So anyway, whatever. That's not a spoiler. That's just what I feel.
It seemed like for 3/4 of the movie, he was going around surprised at his powers. There's 2 things that kept going over and over again. I was like, look what I can do.
Right.
Over and over again. And the other one was, now I'm mad. And every time he got mad, he got his ass beat, except for the last one.
Right.
So it was kind of like, by the last one, I was kind of like, okay, all right. In the last scene, Superman shows up, but they don't show his face. Obviously, Henry Cavill very probably will never play Superman again.
So even though you're disappointed in the entirety of the DC universe,
yes,
you're still upset that you wanted continuity.
I like the fact that Superman showed up. I just don't like that it was completely out of left field. They did try and bring the universe in, but they really didn't do it until the credits, where they had Superman, Aquaman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. When you have people flying around Philadelphia, busting through buildings and things of that nature, you would think that Superman would have shown up.
Or somebody, or some talk about it in the media, like we have our own Superman, or something in it.
Yeah, or Bruce Wayne, who's putting together a team, he would have showed up today. This is where DC falls down. They don't have a cohesive program going on right now, and they just lost their 2 big guys, and they haven't picked other big guys, so they couldn't have them in there anyway. It was predictable. The 7 Deadly Sins, they looked scary, sure, but I wasn't scared by them. They were over the top, mean, nasty, ugly, and you knew they were just going to get beat. This is an opportunity in many superhero movies and other movies where you have the good guy and the bad guy, and they're fighting with all their power, and yet getting hit and getting thrown, and no one's getting hurt. Where's the
stakes?
Why fight?
Right. The whole thing's pointless, right?
It's pointless. So we're just going to watch it. And we kind of saw that. I wasn't interested in the beginning because he wasn't interested. Well, the mom and the dad, former foster kids themselves, they were going to be nothing but loving from beginning to end. And that's exactly what they were.
He finds his mom and she's like, yo, fucking...
That was good. Not sure why it was in there. Get how that mom, any mom...
leaves her kid.
Who clearly loves her kid enough to take him to the carnival.
Yeah, but you have to admit that beginning at the carnival and ending at the carnival is a good way to do that. He has to use his family, like, to conquer. Like, you find your own, like, look, he's an origin story. He's like finding his own power. Like, it's a story of like growing up and finding your own power. There was an homage to the Tom Hanks movie Big.
Yep.
There was some filmmaking things that were really good. They foreshadowed a lot of it.
I don't care that Shazam had anything to do with Big.
Well, I care because it's a movie. It's a good movie reference. I think they should have done more of that.
They should have
like trying to rap the chicks more. Or
they had opportunities.
Especially with little kids.
Yeah, it's for little kids. That's the whole thing.